everyone. I want to go ahead and hit on basically some of my favorite web browsers that you should use on really any iPhone out there. Now, personally, these are the ones I use now or have used probably in the past, and the first one being Safari. This is by far one of my favorite browsers that I use within my iPhone. Now, the main reason why I do this is because I've pretty much been kind of grandfathered into this specific, iOS browser. It comes stock, and that's one thing that I really like about it. It's not anything crazy, there's not a lot of features built in, but one thing that I've seen with iOS specifically right now is that Safari does the best with battery life. So if you're somebody who wants to use a web browser on your phone and you don't really want to suck up the most amount of battery life of all time, well, this is probably one of the best browsers for you. Personally, it does everything for me, but one of the coolest things within iOS 15 is one, the new gesture kind of a space design. If you can go and grab, your little URL here, you can go and drag it up. You can also add new tabs by swiping back and forth. So if I want to go and click Google here, I can use Google here, I can go back and forth and I can go and slide up. It's like a gesture-based design now, which is really nice within Safari. But another cool thing is we can now add Safari extensions, which we couldn't have done before with iOS 14. So if we click on the AA here, you can see we have the request. As you can see here, we can click on Manage Extensions, and we can go ahead and add extra extensions within Safari, which we can download through the App Store. So easily one of my favorite browsers. This is the one that I use every single day. I do use the other two from time to time, but this is my go-to browser. I love it so much. It's really good on battery life. It's not perfect. There's definitely a lot of issues with it, sometimes stability issues. Sometimes it can be a little glitchy, but honestly, I've gotten that from most web browsers, and this one has seemed to be the most stable one for me. Now, it's not perfect, like I mentioned. One of the most annoying things, if you want to get extra features or anything like that, you will have to update your iOS version in order to do it. Unlike the other two apps, which I'll hit on, or basically you can update them through the app browser. You can basically update them through the App Store. Now, the next one being Chrome. I just set this up and downloaded this now, so it looks like I've never used it before, but I use this all of the time on my main browser. And the thing with Chrome is that, much like Safari, you do have a lot of capability, but this one I would say arguably has more capability and more of a community behind it. So if you're going through and if you're actually, using it day to day, I notice it's fairly fast, it's fairly stable, and I really haven't had too many issues with it. I think this is also a very cool browser. I use this for really managing everything outside of YouTube. So really anything I do outside of YouTube related stuff, I sometimes use this browser. You can also add tabs by clicking here. You can see how much faster and smoother it is. I will be honest, not smoother, it is faster. You have the same type of features, but much like Safari, you also have extensions built in here too. This extension library, though, I will say is much more vast than it is on Safari because this has been there for a long period of time. It's had extensions for a while. Also, there's a lot more capability within this browser than Safari, but this is like my second go-to browser. Now, Firefox is another one. Now, this is the last one I'll hit on. Again, it looks like I've never used it here before because I haven't used it on this one. I use it on my other one. And to be honest, Firefox is probably my third recommended browser. But it's weird because for some people out there, this is their no-brainer. This is a browser they use all the time. And the main reason for that is because of the security reasons behind this specific browser. This browser has kind of set itself up as the most secure, one of the most secure ways of actually downloading and using internet on your specific iPhone. And in fact, if I go and make our way over to our App Store, I don't know why I closed, one of the biggest highlights for most people is actually going through into Firefox Private safe browser. People love that. It has, tens of thousands of ratings, probably not as much as Chrome, but it's still good enough. And, Mozilla is a great company. I like Mozilla. And you can see, it has a lot of different capability too. I will say Chrome and Firefox are very, very one-to-one to each other. You do have to download them separately, but like I mentioned, that's why I like Safari so much, just because it comes built into the browser. It works very well and seamless against all my other browsers out there. But if you do use multiple different operating systems, it's probably best to use Firefox or Chrome just because they're there for you, and you can also download them on the other browsers and operating systems as well. So that kind of covers it up. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.